Time is running out for China to make a move that puts them on the same level as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos in the 21st century space race. These two tech billionaires own SpaceX and Blue Origin, respectively, and have declared that conquering space will be their new competing ground as of 2021. With two of the world's most powerful CEOs battling for space supremacy, China is trying to maintain even ground in this galactic fight, provoking them to steal Blue Origin's spacecraft technology in order to gain an advantage. To find out exactly how they are planning to succeed in the space race, stay tuned to the end of this video. But before that, click the subscribe button to follow our channel, and press that bell icon to stay up to date on all our videos covering the most recent developments in space, technology, and everything in between. The universe has enough room for more than the two leviathans eyeing that sweet interplanetary pathway gold, but time is running out for China to show their hand, because they have figured out that the first country to create the perfect model of reusable rockets that make space travel accessible will have a better chance of conquering its commercial monopoly. The space race in the 21st century is not only about gaining knowledge about possible human exploration, it's all about building the first human settlements in our solar system outside our home planet, making a fortune from interstellar travel networks, and staking the first claim to rare planetary resources. Think the California Gold Rush, but this time it will be a space cowboy yeehawing away with lunar water and land on Mars. But those are far-off speculations compared to what China is eyeing right now. If done right, it could help them zoom past SpaceX and Blue Origins to end up first at the space race finish line. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos' aerospace company Blue Origins is one of the most promising contestants in this gold rush. And China has emerged to be the biggest threat to this American space company, with the Chinese state space program leaving everyone in the dust in the Asian space race. One can say that China is a close second to USA's current first position. That is exactly why, with Blue Origins launching manned missions into suborbital space, China appears to be pouring billions of dollars into their own private spacecraft sector, imitating the same space tech as Blue Origins, while announcing even more aggressive ambitions than them. But what could possibly be the trigger for China here? Half a century after the Cold War space race ended with NASA's Apollo space missions claiming triumph over the Soviet Union, US and China are at it again. Despite the fact that everything appears and feels completely different this time, China's rivalry with the United States stems deeper than the space race. The sky is not the limit when it comes to escalating competitiveness between the two spacefaring nations. As the two countries compete for economic, technological, geopolitical, and even ideological supremacy on Earth, space has now become a natural extension and critical frontier in their superpower rivalry. And because of the intrinsic dual-use character of space technologies, the stakes go far beyond scientific prestige and geopolitical position. Aside from national security, satellites in space are critical to so many aspects of our daily lives on Earth, from digital communications to navigation. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union's space program, the United States must have enjoyed an unprecedented period of space leadership. However, in recent years, US observers and politicians have warned that America's dominance in space may soon be challenged by China's rapidly expanding space capabilities. This concern has only been heightened by a number of noteworthy and important achievements by China. It was the first country to land on the far side of the moon in 2019. It successfully launched its final Beidou satellite into orbit last year, setting the stage for a contest with the US Global Positioning System, GPS. And last month, it became the only country after the US to land a functioning rover on Mars. This led to NASA's new administrator Bill Nelson issuing a warning against American complacency. During a House hearing in May 2021, he brought up a picture captured by the Chinese rover on Mars, referring to China as, quote, a very active competitor, unquote, and urging Congress to fund NASA's plans to return humans to the moon. In spite of these achievements, China is still ages behind US space technology and infrastructure. This is where Blue Origin space technology comes in. One of the major reasons why the USA is ahead in the global space race is because of the elite billionaire club spending millions of dollars in creating cutting-edge technology that can make space travel faster, cheaper, and more accessible to humanity in general. And along with SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos seems to be one of the major heads at the helm of this revolution, providing all the reasons for China to try and steal his pioneering space tech. He made headlines in early June 2021 when he stated that he would be among the first passengers when his aerospace and technology company Blue Origin launched the first space capsule with humans on board on July 20th. Their launch and return from space was widely successful with the cutting-edge space technology. To answer why China needs to steal Blue Origin space tech, the answer is as simple as a perfect launch against a clear blue sky. It's their reusable rockets. Blue Origin has successfully beat Elon Musk's SpaceX when it comes to the success of soft landing of rockets. This means that they have the technology to successfully control the rocket, which propels the vehicle to space and makes it come back to a predetermined location without letting it fall into the ocean. In addition to being sustainable, reusable rockets are the sentinels of future interplanetary space travel. With NASA's own moon mission coming up, the overarching goal is simple. It is for the US to stay ahead of its competitors. A lot of that burden falls on Jeff Bezos and his brainchild Blue Origins. There is every reason to assume that by the end of this decade, when Apollo 11 marks its 60th anniversary, American astronauts will have once again left footprints on the barren lunar plains. Mr. Bezos wants Blue Origin to play a big role in that next great adventure. This is huge compared to his competitor, Virgin Galactic, which has no realistic human spaceflight objectives beyond tourist visits to the upper atmosphere with his spacecraft Unity. In the midst of this fragile balance, China's expanding commercial space sector is successfully battling its counterparts in the United States, including Blue Origin's rising space tech and flight capabilities. But how does China intend to overcome the Amazon-created behemoth? Do they have something up their sleeve? How do they want to stay ahead of the United States in the 21st century space race? Let's check out for ourselves. China's surging private space industry is a secret trump card to win this race. China has indeed announced that they are developing reusable rockets that will use the remaining fuel to accomplish a vertical landing, copying the technology of Blue Origin's New Shepard. There is no outright proof of any theft, but looking at their rocket designs and the technology described to be used, it is quite evident that some of their ideas are downright stolen and are being adapted by private Chinese rocket companies that are aiding the state space program. Firms like Link Space, Galactic Energy, and Space Transportation have already made progress in launches, orbital, and suborbital flights, with technology inspired from Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. Furthermore, China has begun constructing large boosters, rockets comparable in size to the Saturn V. Chinese space officials have stated that when a workable version is developed, perhaps in the early 2030s, it will be used to land humans on the moon. The nation's burgeoning commercial space industry is less concerned with providing prestige and glory to the country and more concerned with lowering the cost of spaceflight, expanding the country's worldwide influence, and making bank. In a move completely stolen from America, the Chinese government is encouraging and aligning their aerospace and technology goals with the commercial sector, with the aim of making one complementary to the other. And if one observes really close, they will see that China has completely imitated the blueprint drawn up by the US of employing government contracts and subsidies to give these enterprises a leg up. Exactly similar to what Blue Origin has been trying to do with their reusable space technology. All things said and done, you can't blame China for seeing a window of opportunity and trying to grab it. According to a 2017 analysis by Bank of America Merrill Lynch, the space business might be valued at $2.7 trillion by 2030. Setting foot on the moon and building a lunar colony may be a show of national strength, but gaining a piece of such a lucrative business may be more crucial to this developing nation's future, especially when they are competing with countries like Japan and India, who are constantly trying to get ahead in the Asian space race. But all that leaves a more burning question to be answered. Can China really make up their decades of ground lost to the US by blatantly copying their technology? Only time will tell. But whoever wins will automatically move one step closer towards being a dominating power in the trade and commerce of space in subsequent decades. What do you think about the space tech in China right now? Do you think that China can actually move past the USA in a race to determine the dominance over a new space era? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tech Rumor for more videos on space, science, and technology around the world.